제14회 날씨가 춥지요?
안녕하세요. Welcome to Let's Speak Korean. I'm your host, Lisa Kelly. You're in the right place if you love Korea and you want to master its language. Next to me, we have our helper. Here is Steven Revere, everyone's best friend.
I like that introduction. Thank you, Lisa. 안녕하세요. 저는 Steven입니다. I'm Steven and I'm here to help you. Today's expressions, we're going to be looking at how to just make little observations and check for confirmation, kind of like tag questions. Oh, it's a little warm, isn't it? It's a little hot, isn't it? And to help us, we've got a couple of learners of the Korean language along with us.
리사 씨, 스티븐 씨, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 저는 미리암입니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 제이슨입니다.
Wow, you can tell they've just improved so much during just the last couple of weeks. You know, and as Steven said, we're going to learn just some conversation pieces. You know, like when you want to chat up someone, you ask about the weather or...
Exactly.
And actually, speaking of which, you actually look a little hot there, you know?
I'm a little
okay?
hot. These studio lights seem to be getting to me, and I think I'm getting a little bit of a cold.
Sniffle?
Just a little bit of a cold.
Well, we'll crack open some windows in a little bit, so just hold on.
Okay.
Okay? Everybody, let's get into our lesson. Let's find out what we're going to be learning today in Let's Do It.
Let's do it.
날씨가 정말 춥지요?
네, 정말 추워요.
What we're learning today is a good conversation piece if you want to chat up somebody or to look for some confirmation with your mind. Speaking of which, does it feel a little better in here, right?
Yes, it's a little cold outside, and that's what they're observing. It feels a little better in here, a little cooler. 춥지요 is the sentence form that we had. You just heard it. The great thing about this sentence ending, Lisa, is you don't have to conjugate.
Right.
Hey, doesn't that simplify things? You just put the verb there, and then the basic form of the verb, and then you add geo. Okay? However, be careful because there's a tendency for women to use this one a little bit more than men. Men use it occasionally too, but there's a tendency for women to use it a little bit more.
I think the reason why is probably because it's kind of cute. You know? Right? Right? Isn't that right?
Maybe it's a little cuter.
I don't know.
Men have more of a tendency to just say jo. Okay, there's also, you can also say, you can mash it together again and say jo. Okay, 춥죠.
Right.
춥죠 instead of 춥지요.
Right. And we're asking, hey, the weather's a little cold. 날씨 is the word for weather. 날씨가 춥지요. It's a little cold today. Want to try that out?
날씨가 춥죠?
날씨가 춥죠.
Oh, I love that.
It's got the action. Yeah, it's a little cold, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
And when you want to agree, you can say 네, which is yes. And then 정말, really cold. 추워요. 네, 정말 추워요.
네, 정말 추워요.
네, 정말 추워요.
Right, and now you're getting into the all-yo, I-yo form. Here again, the end sentence ending. And this involves conjugation. Makes it a little bit more difficult, doesn't it? And in this case, it involves irregular verb conjugation,
it already
doesn't
sounds
it?
difficult.
What we have here is the beep irregular verb. Now what happens is that beep disappears, and because it is oo, the beep turns into another oo, which gets added to all, as you can see on your screen right there, it gets added to all, and it becomes 추, 우, 어, 요, said very quickly, 추워요. Okay, the vowels get combined into a double vowel, 워, 추워요, 추워요.
Okay, and another irregular verb, which is the opposite of 추워요, is hot. It's really hot. 더워요, right?
That's right. Works exactly the same way,
Right,
doesn't
with the
it?
beep.
덥다 is the original verb. The beep disappears and then becomes 더우, 어, 요, 더워요. 더워요.
날씨가 정말 춥죠?
네, 추워요.
날씨가 정말 덥죠?
네, 더워요.
Great. I think they got this.
Very good.
All right. Well, let's go down to pronunciation because actually this is pretty easy. The way it's the form of the sentence.
Yes.
So
the thing you need to be careful of is that when you're pronouncing jo, it's not just 춥죠. Yeah, 춥죠. Doesn't really work that way. Normally when Koreans say it, it's kind of a hard J, as we've explained before. 춥죠. 춥죠.
And Korea, of course, is the country of 4 seasons. We have the winter, summer, fall, and spring. And in the winter, we have snow, and it's very cold. And in the summer, it's extremely hot. It's a little humid as well, right? Right.
You get everything here in Korea.
A little
don't
bit of
you?
everything.
A little bit of every bit of weather, yes.
Right. So a lot of people really like the weather in Korea. You get to see flowers on one end. And then
Did you ever see the movie Chihasan?
Chesun. No, I think I missed that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to see the seasons in Korea and what they're like, watch the movie Chihasan. Beautiful movie.
Okay. One final time, let's try a dialogue between Miriam and Jason. Ask each other. Miriam can ask if it's cold, and you can ask if it's hot.
날씨가 춥죠?
네, 진짜 추워요.
Oh, 진짜.
Good job.
진짜 is another way to say 정말. 진짜, it's really, it's extremely. Good.
Alright. 미리엄 씨, 날씨가 너무 덥죠?
정말 너무 더워요.
Oh, this is a problem that I have with Korean sometimes. There is so many ways to say very, extremely, really. I mean, you've got 정말, 진짜, and now Jason is showing us 너무, right? That's another way.
true.
You can also say 많이, which means many or a lot, right? There's
정말.
so many ways
That's
to
right.
say this sort of thing.
But nobody needs to feel any pressure out there. Pick 1 or 2 of your favorites and use those. And as you go along, you'll pick up the rest along the way, right? Okay, let's go and review what we've learned today through Let's Wrap It Up.
Wrap it up
With Lisa.
and Steven.
영화가 재미있지요?
네, 재밌어요.
날씨가 춥지요?
네, 너무 추워요.
All right, we've learned a very good conversation piece today, affirming and giving your opinion to someone. And Stephen, we heard in the clip just now, 너무, right?
Yeah, Jason just used it. Now it's in the clip again. Now, originally, 너무 meant too, as in T-O-O, as in too much, as in a bad meaning.
Exceeding.
Yeah, exceeding
Right.
something, you're going too far. But nowadays, it has come to mean something that's pretty good as well. It doesn't necessarily, it just means really or extremely or a lot.
So it doesn't necessarily have to mean something negative, like you're too talkative. Give us a positive example.
Exactly. You know, one of the things people talk about is someone being too beautiful. And in English, we would say, oh, she's too beautiful, then she's having a lot of trouble. You know, people are giving her a lot of problems. Maybe she's got a lot of stalkers or something like, oh, she's too beautiful, so it's a lot of trouble. But I could definitely say, 나는 내 여자친구가 너무 예뻤으면 좋겠어요. And remember, you got to put in that no when you're saying 너무, okay? It's a lot more explanatory. 너무 예뻤으면 좋겠어요.
Right. Well, I don't think you're going to find another carbon copy of me anywhere, so you might as well just give up. Just kidding. Anyways, yes, that is a good example. I wish I had a girlfriend that was too beautiful, not just very beautiful, but too beautiful. Okay, using this format, let's try out a new sentence. I think you heard in the Wrap It Up, they were talking about, what was it? The movie was very fun. Now try out that dialogue with Jason.
Okay.
제이슨 씨, 영화가 재밌었죠?
예, 너무 재밌었어요.
He got the
너무 재밌어. Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we've got this down pat. Don't forget to try out your move for today. And be sure to come back and join us next time. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
아리랑TV.com.